Hello, everybody. Hi, Ed Young and Derek and Chattanooga Ed and Candy. Maria, hi. Hi, Ty. Glad you could make it. Hi, buddy. And hi, Daryl. Hi, James. Hi, Reels. Hi, Kiwi. Hi, Jess. You made it. Yay. Hope you're feeling better. Hi, Tampa Tom. Buddy says hi. Yes. Hi, Chewy. I am ready. I got a little baggie of cookies for the buddy. I have my University of Neon Tetra cup. Hi, Susan. So, how's everybody tonight? Oh, buddy. One more cookie. Sit down. Sit. Doing good. Doing good. It's your birthday. Hey, happy birthday. How old are you? Yeah, it's the University of Neon Tetras, right? Oh, good. You didn't break your toes the other night when you kicked the fan. I bet Sodix. 28. Oh my God. I don't even remember when I was 28. It was so long ago. But happy birthday. Still a kid. You kicked the fan the other night during one of the live streams. I think Derek's live stream. And you kicked the couch. That is not a good thing. Well, hello Scott. How are you? I'm surprised to see you here. I know you're usually in bed by now. I have my adult beverage, Scott, just so you know. And it's in my University of Neon Tetra cup, right? It's actually an Irish coffee with Fireball whiskey. It's good. I've been eyeballing that for a while, wondering if it'd make a good Irish coffee, and it does. You remember when you were 28? That's so long ago. I don't remember. It is. It's real yummy. Okay, go get some coffee. I would be plus 36. 28 plus 36 years. Yeah. 28 was a long time ago. Yep, Irish coffee is good. And I made it with the Fireball whiskey because I just been, like I said, I've been looking at it when I go in there thinking, I wonder if that'd make good Irish coffee. And you know what? It does. It makes very good Irish coffee. Okay, Susan. Wonder what topic of discussion will be tonight. I don't know. I have one story that might lead to others, but I'll wait till things settle down a little bit. Hello, alien world. I moved Betty's bed across the room because I was like cleaning tanks. I got lots of tanks I got to clean yet. I didn't even get halfway done. I was like sick for 4 days. Oh, hi, Bob. We can begin. Okay. Hi, Mark. How are you? Hush, Candy. I actually have the rack up, but I got to go buy the wood, and then I can start moving tanks onto it. But I got to go buy some wood, and I haven't done it yet. Because I got to replace the masonite shelves with wood shelves, with plywood shelves. And that's going to be a pretty penny, but maybe I'll get it done tomorrow morning, and I can get Megan over to help me move the tanks. Is my subs at 666? Oh my God, that's very like me. It'll probably stay there for a year now. Fitting, yes, Mandy, isn't it? And Bob says it's appropriate. Yep, yep. That's about perfect for me. Okay, buddy, one more cookie and then go lay down. Oh, Mikey, hi. I have not seen you for a while. Are you working hard or hardly working? Hi, Big D. How are you? Gosh, we got like Jesse's in here, and he's been absent for a while, and Maria's in here, and Scott's in here. I've never seen him before. Hi, V Stag. How are you? Mikey's here tonight. Ty's here, and he's been working like really early in the morning, so he hasn't been in for a while. So yeah. Okay, buddy, you're getting obnoxious. Quit begging. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Hi, the Fish Live. Oh, World Aquarium Singapore. Hi, how are you? I was thinking I was going to do a, because Dr. Black made me think of it. I was thinking I might do like a video compiling some of my stories that I've told in different live streams. Do like a worst of Punchie video. What do you guys think? The dog obeys you like I obey Liz. He's a good dog. He does listen to me. I just got to figure out how to get my live streams off of YouTube and onto my desktop so I can chop them up. So, Dan, I'm probably going to be getting a hold of you to ask you how to do that. The worst of Punchie, yep. I thought I'd do a video, the worst of Punchie, and have a bunch of clips of my different stories. Hi, Melvin, how are you? Paranormal videos, and I only did one of those. Actually, I talked one of my live streams. I talked a lot about when I lived in a haunted house, but I just thought I'd take some of my funny stories, like the pop-up book and stuff. Hi, Danny's fish tanks. But yeah, and put them into one, make a video with them. So, Dan, I'll probably be getting a hold of you because I was trying to figure out how to do it last night and I couldn't figure it out. So, when I got time, I might have to call you on Facebook or something so that I can show you what my computer looks like and see if you can walk me through it. Chewy, did I say hi to you? Ooh, hot cocoa and chili cheese Fritos. That sounds good. You got new plecos. What kind did you get? It is never too hot for coffee, Big D. What are you, crazy? Hi, D. How are you? Okay. Hello and goodbye, Scott. Have a good night. Give Liz a hug for me. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Cheese Cricks. Did you? Oh, you got Cheese Cricks. Nice. Very cool. Those are cool. Cool plecos. Good night, Scott. Yep. There's always iced coffee but it'd have to be if it's over 120, then I'll forgive you for saying it's too hot for coffee. But you can always do iced coffee. Hi, Unfiltered Aquarist. You could do iced Irish coffee. That would be good. Iced Irish coffee, that would be good. Hi, William. How are you? Hello, Anna. How are you? Oh, cold brewed coffee is good. Yeah, it's kind of strong, but I really like it. I used to make that all the time when I worked at Starbucks. Superum Popular Coolest. Okay. The newsletter. Oh, yeah, I got to send you a picture for the newsletter. Yeah, that was Dan had a really good stream tonight. I totally enjoyed it. Ooh, did I miss anybody? I think I got Melvin. I think I got everybody. The hotter the better. Yep, coffee's good hot. It's also good with Fireball and some couple a teaspoon of sugar and some Cool Whip. It's very good coffee. I took one sip of it though and thought, I'm going to limit myself to just 2 cups max tonight. Oh no, that's not good, Jesse. That's good to know, but that's not good. Yep, it's good, Ed. It's very good. I've always in the past made it with like black velvet, but I decided to try the Fireball, and it's good. So I don't know what everybody else has been up to. I was sick for 4 days, and then the last couple days I've been like working my butt off on my art. And today I got up and thought, God, I really need to clean my fish tanks. So I didn't get the ones in the living room done, but I got most of the other ones done. So tonight and in the morning I'll have to finish them back up and then go back to my art again. Well, hello, Kevin. You are early tonight. You're usually like here really late, like just before I go shut down. Yep, someone said poop and Kevin shows up. um, oh, you're driving home? Okay. So you're going to talk about your front end hoses, your front hoses? So tonight I decided I took the breeding box full of baby Farloella catfish and put them into a 5 gallon because it was looking a little bit crowded in there. And I kind of counted them tonight, but I know there's still a bunch hiding. But I know I've got between 25 and 30. So, and they're just itty bitty bitty bitty, but that's way too many to have in a breeder box. So, as they're growing, so I moved them into a 5 gallon, and I've got a bunch of them that are like 3/4 way grown. If anybody wants to buy any, let me know. The Farloella catfish is super cools. You'll have to hold it and release the front hose when you get home. Okay. Too much information. Tell you the buddies, I moved his bed across the room so I could like set up the 5 gallon for the Farloella fries. And I haven't moved it back yet, so he's laying behind me instead of off to the side. Should I give him another cookie? Can they live with rainbow fish? Oh, heck yes, they can. They can. They are totally kept to themselves. They don't hurt anybody. They're really relaxed. And the thing with the Farlowellas, I found out right away is okay, reels. Just let me know. Like I said, I got some more moved a bunch of tiny ones, and I got some like half to 3/4 grown ones that are ready to go. But they will clean up the algae in your tank within a matter of days, and then you got to start feeding them. That's the main thing to remember. I think that most people that get them and lose them, from everything that I've read and seen, they are not feeding them enough. And it does not take them very long to eat all the algae. And then you need to, like I feed mine green beans. I thought you had something else earlier, Bob. Didn't you have another sweet earlier? But the Little Debbie oatmeal cream filled cakes are good. Cookie time. Yeah, he does. He knows what cookies are. Well, I was selling them for 10, but I decided to drop them down to 8 because I'm getting too many of them. I really can't sell them the Farlowellas any cheaper than that because it takes me a good 6 months to raise them up big enough to sell. So yeah, but they are aquarium bred ones instead of wild caught, and like 99.9% of what you're going to get in a fish store is going to be wild caught. Maybe what's your point? And Derek has coffee and cupcakes. Everybody's like beating me out on the sweets tonight. I'll tell you what. I have doggy biscuits. Well, hi, Dan. How are you? I really enjoyed your live stream tonight. Do shrimps need sea salt? No, they don't. No, not unless you're like breeding a mono shrimp. Then the babies need sea salt, but regulars like neocaridina and caridina shrimp, no, definitely not. Shrimps are awesome. Yes, they are. You can do 2 and a 20 high. Are you talking to me, Jess? Yeah, you could put in 2 real easily and a 20 high if you're talking about the Farlowellas. Hi, Maria. How are you? Doggy biscuits are underrated. Yeah, but, Buddy would get mad if I ate all of his doggy biscuits. Yeah, that's it, Dan. It's a steal form because they take a long time to get big enough to breed. Hi, Ginger. How are you? What temperature do I keep them at? I keep them about 74, and I have current in the tank because they like a lot of oxygen in the tank. They like I have one of those wave makers in there because you want well oxygenated water for them. Yeah, Bob's got some. In a 20 long, I probably wouldn't do 3. They'd probably be okay, but I'd probably do 2 in a 20 long, 1 or 2. Is it Ginger's birthday? Happy birthday, Ginger. Ooh, a Rocky Road cake. Nummies. Yeah, it's James's birthday today, too. I got to tell you, Ginger, I got up this morning and I checked the tracking on the art supplies that you sent me. And it said that they were going to be, they were out for delivery. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was kind of waiting around. I kept checking, and pretty soon it said, receiver requested that they be picked up. So I'm going to have to go pick them up tomorrow. But I didn't request that they be picked up. I'm like, what kind of bullshit is this? On both packages, it said receiver requested that they be picked up at the facility. So I got to go get them tomorrow. I know, that's what I said, Ginger. I was like, what? I never requested that I go pick them up at their facility. They were on the truck. What the heck? Okay, Dan. See ya in a bit. This was UPS. UPS did that. I'm like I'm sitting there like watching for the box to come, and then they say that I requested for for them to take them back to the facility and I'd pick them up, and I'm like, I didn't do that. I think the truck driver decided it was too hot and he didn't want to deliver them. But anyway, yeah, so I got to go pick them up tomorrow. I hope they're back there now, because every time I check today, I was going to go pick them up today, but the last time I checked was 7 o'clock and they weren't they weren't available to pick up yet. So I will check it in a while, but they're closed now, so I'll have to get them tomorrow. I'm going to mention it to them that I did not request that they don't deliver them, because I was sitting here waiting for them. Oh, which reminds me, Bob and Ginger, I was going to ship you guys some rice fish this week, but I was looking at them and decided to give them one more week of growing. So I'm going to probably ship them next week. So be ready for that. And then I got some more little babies coming up. So I got a couple other people like Cichlids 23. If you're in here, I got some growing out some babies for you. You're next. Yeah, I was going to ship them this week, but then I got looking and I'm like, I'm going to give them one more week to grow just a little bit more. Did you want a cookie? Did you want a cookie? Are you sure? Okay. One cookie, and then you got to go lay down. Oh, he's not here. I should demote him to the bottom of the list. I wonder why he's not here. He's been asking me when I was going to live stream for the last 2 days, and then he's not here. That's a little harsh. I like it. Oh. Sit. He knows I got out a bag of cookies. Sit. And then go lay down. You're waiting on a fish delivery, and UPS had that where's your shipment thing, so I watched, and the truck it was in at the school around the corner. Oh my goodness. You snooze, you lose. Yep. Well, UPS usually comes around 2, and like I said, I checked early this morning and saw that they were on the truck for delivery. Then about 1:30, I checked and it said that I had requested them not to deliver them. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, good grief, Big D. Yeah, if it was fish, I'd be really mad, but it's art supply, so I can cool. I'll pick them up tomorrow. You chase down the UPS. I hope you use your car, not on foot. I could just see Dan like trucking after the UPS truck. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Big D. All of them are that way anymore. I always worry, like when I send artwork, I'd like well, Bob can tell you, I super pack it. You chase him with a stick in your hand. I do that with the ice cream truck, but not the UPS truck. you, I, you should have gotten hold of. I hope that you got a hold of Dick Blick and told him that they sent it to the wrong place because that was supposed to be free shipping anyway. But they sent it to your house instead of my house. Kryptonite couldn't get into Pound's art packages. Yeah, I pack them good. They didn't care. What, buddy? What? Candy knows too. Oh my god, the tape. Yeah, I do use a bit of tape. You had nightmares. That's funny. Yep, I tape the hell out of my art and I pack the hell out of it. He is spoiled. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But he deserves to be spoiled. He's 11 years old and he's a good dog. So yeah, I know, huh, Candy? Oh, he's not angry at all. He's just like talking. You have a whole bowl of food though, so that's enough for now. Go lay down. Go lay down. Lay down. He's 11 years old, William. He's an 11-year-old spoiled puppy. His birthday's like the middle of March. Buddy, no. Don't. You've got a bowl of water. Don't drink out of the fish tub. Go lay down. He needed a drink after all those cookies, and he decided to drink out of the fish water. Lay down. Oh, thank you, Susan. So, does anybody want to hear a story? Well, hello, Priscilla. How are you? Good to see you here. Yes, everybody's saying yes, so I'll tell one of my boring stories. Well, hi, Joe. How are you? Yeah, exactly, Mad Guy. That's what they do. They're just like, yep, yep. That's what they do. The water keeps going. I have a like a 10-gallon tub on the floor that's got Daisy's rice fish fry in it, little teeny teeny things, and the water level drops by like 4 inches a day because the dog and the cat drink out of it. Hasn't hurt the fish any, but yeah. Okay, this is going to be kind of a not a super funny story, but I just thought of it the other day, so I thought I'd tell you guys about it. This was back in it was Centennial, so it must have been like 1976. No, it had to be for no. When was a Centennial year? It wasn't 76. I got to look it up because now I'm curious. But I know Jesse was like 12 or 13, so Centennial year. '100th anniversary. I knew that. Anyway, it was the year of the centennial, whatever year that was. It must have been. It had to have been further than that though, because Jessica was like 13, so it must have been 86. But anyway, they were having a centennial ride anyway. So yeah, and like I say, Jessie was about 12 or 13, and she was in 4-H. I was living in Eastern Washington, and the kids were in 4-H, and our 4-H leader, her name was Luann, and she was my neighbor, and she had grown up in the valley that we lived in, and her grandparents used to own the whole valley. So when she was growing up, she had run of the whole valley, and she knew it like nobody else. She knew every square inch of the valley. So anyway, the wagon train was coming riding through like a regular wagon train, and they were supposed to be there. We knew about 2 weeks before that they were coming through, and they were going to ride down through the bottom of the canyon. They started like in the Midwest someplace, and they were riding all the way to the coast. So we decided that we were going to ride partway with them because they were coming right through the canyon. So we decided we were going to join them. The 4-H group was going to join them and ride along with them for like 25 miles. So for the week before, I rode my horse like for an hour, hour and a half every single day, thinking I'd get myself all ready for this big ride, right? I wasn't ready for the big ride. Believe me, I wasn't ready. But anyway, so we started out real early. They were taking off at daybreak, so we had to get up like before dawn and saddle up our horses, and we met up with Luann. We were like, God, I hope they don't start without us. And she's like, oh, it's okay. I know a shortcut. Believe me, I don't care if you're riding horses or driving, because I've learned this before too. If someone says that they know a shortcut, kick them in the ass and don't do it. Hi, Alice. How are you? So anyway, Luann knew a shortcut. Yeah, who doesn't love a good shortcut, right? So we were riding out in the sagebrush, and well, by this time it was daylight and really early, and the wagon train was down in the canyon, and we were up on the cliffs above. And Luann's kind of like, where did it go? And she's kind of like riding along the edge of the cliff. And she said, oh, there it is. And she disappeared over the side. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm scared of heights, right? So I ride up to the edge of the cliff, and I look over, and all you can see is like a slab of rock. And then the trail's disappearing, underneath the cliff. And everybody like one at a time went, and I was like one of the last ones, and I was like, oh my God, I was so scared. But I was not going to ride my horse. I decided to get off my horse and walk her, right? So I'm like terrified, and I stepped out on the rock, and I looked down, and you could see like way down below, you could see the tops of grain silos. And then little bitty people in the fields, like that big. I mean, it was high up, right? And once you stepped on the rock, you could see the trail going down, which was about maybe 24 inches wide, dirt trail going down the side of this cliff. So I'm like hugging the edge of the cliff going down. I'm like hugging the rock wall. And my horse is trying to push her nose in between me and the rock wall because she's scared too. Yeah, I was scared because I don't like heights. But I made it down to the bottom, and everybody was laughing because my cowboy hat was like twisted sideways, and I was white as a sheet. And everybody was laughing at me, but I made it. And my knees were shaking. The people that were down in the field stopped working and were pointing up at us. So yeah, we were high up, and it was a little tiny trail. But I made it, and I told Luann that I was going to get even with her for that when she least expected it. But yeah, that was scary. So we joined up with the wagon train. There was about probably 50 or 60 people in the wagon train. And we rode with them for 25 miles each way. And by the time we were had ridden with them and turned around and were heading back, we were maybe halfway back and my knees were killing me so bad. I had my feet out of the stirrups and was trying to get rid of the Charlie horses in my legs because I was not ready for that long of a ride. That was a really long ride. And it was dark we started out at daylight and it was dark by the time we got back. But can't remember what else. We stopped at the ice caves that I told you guys about on the side of the mountain. There were some ice caves that the oh, good night, Maria. That the fish and game department had collapsed the front of them, but you could still kind of stick your arms in them between the rocks, and it was just ice cold air in there. That was pretty cool. Ann told me that when she was a kid, her grandmother had ice boxes, and they would go and chip off big blocks of ice and haul them back in the wagon to put in the ice boxes. So that was kind of cool. And then, oh my God, I remember we were about 3/4 of the way back, and Jessica, she was about 11 or 12, and she was in front of me on her horse. And I was looking at her, and she just kind of started going like that. And she fell off her horse. Well, the saddle came off. The cinch strap broke or came loose. I think it just came loose. But anyway, saddle went down. She fell on the ground. And then she gets up. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And she stands up and she's running around in a circle, kind of screaming and saying, I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. And she's running in a circle. So yeah. I'm a terrible mother because I was sitting on my horse laughing my ass off at her. I mean, she kind of had gravel burns on her arms and stuff. I had to clean up when we got home, but she was okay. But yeah, she was paralyzed. That made me laugh. She's running in a circle saying she was paralyzed. Oh. Anyway, so there's a story for you about when I went on a long horseback ride. And now I need a cigarette, and maybe I'll think of another one. I know I told some of you, I don't know how many were here. My hair, I need a haircut. About when I was out riding in the sagebrush with my ex-husband. I know some of you are going to remember this because I did tell it before, but I'll tell it again for anybody who wasn't here then. I was out on a horseback ride with my husband, my ex-husband, and we were riding along. There was sagebrush and dirt and sand and stuff. Good night, Susan. I had to have too high. Do you have cats and live alone? I think we might have a person that might need to go bye-bye. But hello, we'll give you a chance here. Yes, I'm an old lady and I have a few cats. It's not Bob. Okay, Malin. But I'm not a crazy cat lady. I'm a crazy fish lady. There is a difference. Not a lot of difference, but there is a difference. And I have a doggy and 2 cats and 26 fish tanks. Carson, how are you? Yeah, I'm the crazy fish lady. Candy misses you, Carson. Okay, buddy, want a cookie? You want one more cookie, buddy? You want a cookie? Okay, you gotta sit. 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 Okay. Okay. That's good. Go lay down. He's a spoiled dog. The entrepreneur. Hello. How are you? Lucas. Hi, nice to meet you. Uh-oh. Candy, are you on alert, Candy and Bob? Okay, Candy. I didn't know if you were doing emails at the same time or what, but yeah, keep an eye open here. Yep, the house is getting full. So anyway, I started to tell about the story about when I was out riding horseback with my ex-husband. This is it fish related? Because you know all my stories are fish related. Oh. Candy. Yes, this is strictly a fish stream. I know, Dan, huh? Hmm. Hello against the flow. Well, you might be better off delivering it somewhere else, I have a feeling, entrepreneur, but yeah, I kind of gathered that. Hi, Shelby Ray. How are you tonight? I know, huh, Alice? He's like building us up. Yep, Bob, you need to keep an eye on this. Oh, Iron Man dies at the end of Avengers, a movie. Oh my God, no! Oh God, I don't watch any of those movies. I know, huh? Oh, I don't know. It's been a little bit different tonight. I know, Victor. Who's Iron Man? Oh, yeah, right. Oh, your pepper Corey's laid eggs. Very nice, cool. Is that a new movie that just came out? In which case, yeah, we shouldn't have let him tell anybody. I don't watch those movies at all, but I know a lot of people do. Yep, pepper fry are so cute too. I had a bunch of them about a month ago. I went to clean the tank that the pepper fry were in, and I have 3 adult pepper Corys, and I went to clean their tank, and there was like 26 babies in there, like about a half an inch long. So it will be fun. It will be fun. The only thing you have to worry about is keep them slightly agitated. Dan's fish has a good video on how he does it. I think he uses hydrogen peroxide, a couple drops in there with him to keep them from fungusing. And what I do is I boil a couple catappa leaves and get the tannin water, and I put them in a box hanging in the tank, And I put in the catappa leaf tea and airstone. And then every day I dump out about half of the water and replace it with fresh. So the tannins in the water, the tannin water, will prevent it from fungusing. But every day when I dump out half and replace it, I'm slowly diluting it. So, and it only takes them about 3 days to hatch. And then by the time they hatch, it's almost tank water. Oh, Kaylor, I remember that. That sucks. I know the trolls are finding me tonight. That's really weird. It's probably one of Dan City's aliases. I don't know. Could be. Oh, wow, Ginger. Is that what's coming? That is a lot of stuff. Oh, my goodness. Exactly, Shelby Ray. 100 viewers. It ain't going to happen tonight, let me tell you. He has like 10. Yeah, but he's got some good ones. And he needs that many if he goes on your live stream, just because you're constantly timing him out, then timing out his second account, then timing out his third account, then timing out his fourth account. Oh my gosh, Ginger, thank you so much. I can't wait till tomorrow. I got to go get him up. Got to go pick him up. Oh my goodness. Everybody is too nice, too nice. I got some, I switched the art um, from patrons only to public that I posted last week if anybody wants to see some of my artwork. And I posted one more. Oh, you thought you accidentally banned him? Oh, no, don't want to do that. Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for it, believe me. Jess sent me a box, too, that I got opened up, and I'm going to post a little video of it on the morning. I just got to do the introduction part. So, yeah, on my Patreon, I got some more art posted up. And then I posted one more today, but it's on Patreon only right now. So, but by next week I'll have it up. And I should have Dan's drawing done by the end of this week, and I'll be putting a picture of it up there, but it won't be for sale because it's Dan's. Dan bashed Skyrim. Oh no, did you ban him? Yeah, Dan is so mean. Yeah, I wanted to have it done this week, Dan. Like, I wanted to have the drawing done by this live stream, but being sick for 4 days kind of set me back. But I should have it done by the end of this week. And the drawing that I'm doing for Dan is on a piece of like ivory colored handmade bark paper, which is super, super delicate. You got to be so careful with it because it's so easy to tear that paper because it's really thin, but it's real pretty. It looks like the closest thing I could think to it is it looks almost like parchment paper. But I hope you'll like it. Yep, yep. Gonna order a frame for it. Oh, nice. Blue neons? Blue neos. Yeah, your fat fingers and parchment don't mix. Yeah. This is really delicate paper. And actually, I have to, oh, I gotta order some acid-free board too to put behind it. But it's see-through, so I gotta take like white paper and put underneath of it too. But it looks pretty cool when it's framed. Oh, you're still waiting for oh, I should do an axolotl video too. I was gonna do that too. I've got like 3 videos lined up, and then I'll do an axolotl video. I am feeling better. I was sick for like 4 days, but I'm starting to feel better now. So the last couple days I've been like working on my art. And now I'm trying to get my fish tanks done real quick today. It's a drawing of his big head. Yep, it's a raven, a very wet raven. It's from this raven was they had just opened up the other side of the Yellowstone Park. They always have like from Gardner to Cook City open all winter long because Cook City that's the only way into Cook City. During the summertime, you can drop in from Beartooth Pass, but during the wintertime, Beartooth Pass is closed, so they have to get their supplies through Yellowstone. So they keep that road open. But they had just opened up the rest of the park. It was in the spring. And so I was going for a ride. And there was still some snow on the ground when I got up high. And it was like half raining and half snowing. And this poor raven was like sitting on a log. And he was soaking wet. And he's even got like water drops coming off his beak and stuff. Yeah. And that's what I'm drawing for Dan. He was wet though. And he was not happy. Such large papers do not exist. Raven poop. But yeah, I stopped and took pictures of this raven. It was pretty funny because he was just not a happy raven. And then I'm doing him, like I say, on the white handmade bark paper, which is the regular bark paper with all the brown swirls and stuff. You have to be careful because there'll be some soft spots, but the white is just like really thin and really delicate, but it's really pretty. And it has like, it's got swirls in it, but they're like gold, like a light gold, so you have to look to see them. A grumpy bird for Grumpy Dan, yep. Oh, hi, not Nola Jane. I forget what I was talking about, but that's okay. Hi, Joseph. How are you? You missed the trolls, Joseph. I had trolls tonight. Does that mean that I finally like have made it because I had 2 trolls in here tonight? They weren't even really good trolls, huh? No. Hey, trolls, I have 12 cats. Yeah, one of them was thinking about being bad because he was asking me if I had cats, and I know he was going to say something about, an old lady, cat lady, but yeah, they were kind of lame. You missed the trolls while you were feeding the crew? Trolls in training. Yep, that's what they must have been. Well, the thing is I'm such an easy target, I would just laugh at them. So, I mean, I'm an old lady. I'm an easy target, but it's not going to bother me. So I'm just going to just laugh about it and ban them. Silly boy tricks are for kids, yeah. I am an easy target, Dan. As far as them trying to insult me, I'm an easy target. But as far as like bugging me or upsetting me, not quite so easy. I can definitely like take care of myself. Trolls in training, yep. Oh, I got to have my drink in my University of Neon Tetra cup. So, okay, so I told one story, started to tell another one, but it was like, I told it before not that long ago. So if I think of another one, I'll tell it. But meanwhile, you guys got to entertain me. Right? Is that right, buddy? Are you going to entertain us? Hmm? Where do I find all the cups? I got a new one coming too, but I'll save it for next week. I know I'm kind of worried about the camping trip just a little bit because I got to save some money, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Tell the one about the hairy butt. I don't want to be telling all your secrets, Bob. I mean, this is the internet, it's on here forever. It's kind of close to your initials. Okay. You're trying to find obscene coffee mugs. I got a good one coming. Actually, it's here. I just got to go to the mailbox and pick it up. I was going to do it today, but I didn't get over there, so I got to make sure I do it tomorrow. And I'll have it for next week. Wonder what you would study at the University of Neon Tetra. Oh. But yeah, anybody that wants to come to the camping trip, we have extra beds. So anybody that wants to fly in, you don't have to worry about camping gear and stuff. We've got extras. And I think it's only like, if you add extra people last minute, it's like $20 a night. So that's pretty cheap. So yeah. Okay, buddy, one more cookie and then you got to go lay down. I don't know how many shrimp I have. I have a lot of shrimp, but I don't have any real nice ones. I need to set up some tanks just for shrimp. I've got a 5-gallon tank that's got little itty bitty farlowella fry in it, though. And I think there's somewhere between 25 and 30 of them. I saw that. Oh, Jane, that's pretty cool. There's going to be a little walking, and I don't walk and hike very much, so not me, but everybody can do whatever they want to do. Go lay down. I'm going to drive. We're going to go over Beartooth Pass, and which is a full day if you stop a lot. But if we have time, we'll drop into Yellowstone. And then we're going to go the next day. We're going to go see the bear sanctuary, the grizzly bear sanctuary. And on the way back, we're going to stop and do some soaking in the hot springs on the other end of Yellowstone. And then we're going to go have dinner, a barbecue out at Dan's Fish, which will be fun too. Oh, thank you, James. And it's going to be kind of small this year, but I have a feeling that next year will be a little bit bigger because it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. And we're going to have like bonfires and stuff like that. My son lives there and Candy lives there. So my son will probably be coming down and joining us. My daughter, Megan, and her boyfriend might come with me. They were going to try to get off work. Yep, I bet I will have stories after the trip, and I don't think I'll be able to, I might be able to live stream, we'll see. But I'm definitely going to be taking some video. My cigarette keeps going out because I'm talking too much. Oh, 12-hour shifts suck, Ginger. I used to do 12-hour shifts a lot of times when I worked in the deli. What happens in Montana stays in Montana. Don't worry, Candy. I know you don't want to be on a video, and I'm not going to put you on one. Any video that you're on, I will trim it out. Yay, Ginger, that would be great. Yep, Joseph is going to Aquashella. He should come camping with us. That would be fun. But I totally understand because I know you can't do both. Oh, I imagine there's going to be a bunch of lives at Aquashella. And the bear place, the bear sanctuary, I don't know if we'll be able to see her or not, but they got a new cub, a new bear cub. But they usually, like when Bella was a baby, I got to see her because I was working there, but they didn't let the public didn't get to see her until she was like 6 months old or so. Next year, yep, we're going to do it again next year. Yeah, I think that they move Aquashella every couple of years. Or is that the other one? What's the other one? There's Aquashella, and then there's the... Aquashella is the one in Chicago and Texas, right? And then the other one is in New Jersey. AE, yeah. AE, I know that they move it, like they'll keep it one place for 2 years. And I think the plan is to, Aquatic Experience. I think that one, they move every couple years to a new spot. The camping we got some spaces reserved at the KOA campsite in Billings, which is really nice, for September 13th, 14th, and 15th. And we're having a little meetup camp out there. And it will be a lot of fun. What happens in Montana stays in Montana, but Pam's going to stream it. Yeah, I don't want to go to the East Coast. Actually, I don't want to go to a big city. I don't want to go to Chicago. So, yeah. Oh, Kevin, I couldn't even name one African cichlid. I don't even know them because I don't do cichlids. So, but I'm a camping type person instead of a big city person. So, front hoses. Yep, that's it. Front hoses. Blasphemy. I have all small tanks, Kevin. I have a lot of tanks, but they're all like, I have a couple 5s and some 10s and some 20s and some 29s, and my biggest tanks are 40 breeders. Oh yeah, it'd be pretty cool in Vegas. I still wouldn't go though because I don't like Vegas that much. Now, if they had one in Cheyenne, Cheyenne, Wyoming, I'd probably go. If they had one in Denver, I would probably go, but I would hate driving down to Denver. But I would probably do it. I've been to Vegas like 3 or 4 times. I know the traffic, and that's what I say. If they had one in Denver, I would probably make myself go, but I would not be happy about having to drive through Denver. Too many strippers and you lose too much money. Well, don't be giving the strippers all your money, Priscilla. I mean, there's a nice convention center in New Orleans. There's probably some good ones. I know there's some good ones in Denver. And Denver's big enough to where eventually it might end up there. Like I said, probably go to that one. Dollar bills for days. Yep. uh, oh, my brother. I remember years ago, my brother went to, I don't think he went to Vegas. I think he went to Reno. And when he walked in the door, he won like $2,500 on Keno, just bam, right off the bat. Now, see me, I would turn around and leave. But they had 4 days there. And in that 4 days, he lost that $2,500 and everything else they had. And they had to cash in their motel room the last couple of days of their motel room so they had money to go home again. So, yeah. When I'd go to Vegas, I would usually it was $100 to $150. I would say, okay, I can lose this much. And I would play with it until I lost that much, and then I quit. But that much would usually keep me going for a couple days because I'd win and then lose and then win and then lose, and you know how it goes. But if I lost all of it, I quit. And then I would just hang out at the pool and get the free drinks and stuff. I bet they will end up in Vegas then. They'd probably do pretty good in Vegas. Oh, nice, Ginger. Very cool. Yeah, I'd play the slots, but I played I like to have a little bit of playing time with it, so I played the slot machines the five card draw slots that you pick your cards and stuff. One piece or two piece at the pool. Um, Now or then. When I was younger, I'd wear a bikini, but I would not now because I'm old and fat, and you aren't even going to catch me in a swimming suit. Hi, Soggy Pits. That's how my brother lost all the money that he'd won, plus some. He was playing blackjack. And he lost it all. Oh, that's nice, Joseph. I know you got lots of leaves and wood and all kinds of cool stuff down there. I live like Laramie's like semi-arid, so it's hard to find any driftwood or anything. I gotta look for some though. Gotta go up on the mountain and see if I can find some because I'm not gonna spend. I need some wood for my two new 40 breeders, and I don't want to spend like $50 a pop on it because I don't have it. Yeah, I want to make one. I do need botanicals, but Joseph sells this stuff, and when I can afford to buy some, I will. But Joseph has wood. Okay. Yep, he also has dick moss and hooker moss too. And I'm gonna like zip my mouth shut before I get myself in trouble about wood. What was I saying? I totally forgot what I was talking about again. You went made me like my mind go blank. Not Nola Jane. Oh, I was talking about a box for Ginger. That's gonna be awesome. And I was gonna say that I want to do one of my 40 breeders. I want to set up as a blackwater tank. But I ordered a small box of botanicals, but it's not enough for a 40 breeder. I could maybe do a 20 breeder with it, or a 20-gallon tank with it, but I don't have enough for a 40 breeder. But you just got to have patience and get stuff when you can. That's what I've learned all the years. I don't like panic and try to buy everything at once. I just do it when I do it. Just Jess says, who has the pimp moss? I don't know. We need to find the pimp moss, huh? His wood is producing biofilm. Okay, Kevin. You just got a 44 Pentagon tank. Is it like round or Pentagon? Is that, I'm thinking octagon? I'm not sure what a Pentagon is. Let me look. That's what Google's for. Oh, okay. It's not, it's kind of roundish, like five-sided. I don't know. You could do just about anything in there. I would think a nice schooling fish would be awesome. Good morning, Merritt. How are you? You need to go back to northern Arizona to restock on manzanita wood. Oh, I would love to do that. Oh no, Joseph, not 40. Uh, nice, Ginger. I got a bag of that tea that what's her name was talking about. Hi, Sharpies. How are you? What was that tea that Rachel was talking about that she uses in her blackwater tanks? It starts with an R. Anyway, I got a big bag of that, so I'm ready with that. I just need a little. I need some wood and leaves and stuff. Yep, that's it. Yeah, I got it's a loose leaf tea that I got. I got like a big bag of it too, so I'd have some for a while. It's ready. I'm going to do. I'll probably do the fort. Mostly, I got to get wood, and I got to go to McDonald's and get some rocks. So, John, are you like all in one piece tonight? McRocks. Yep, I got to go get some McRocks. And then I got to find some driftwood because I'm not going to buy it this time. For my 40 breeder there, it's got a big chunk of wood in it with some moss on it and stuff, and it's like a big branchy. It's pretty good size. It's like that. It's in there, but I couldn't afford a manzanita piece of wood like that big. And I was down in Fort Collins and at the reptile store. And I know you guys are going to get mad at me for doing this, but it works. I bought a big piece of grapevine. And then when I got it home, I put 3 coats of polyurethane on it and let it dry for a week. And it has been in that tank for a year and a half now. And it's not rotting or anything. And I don't remember the name of the store, Priscilla. It was in Fort Collins, and that's where Megan bought her ball python there. It was a pretty nice store. Anyway, I bought the grapevine, and then I coated it with polyurethane, put it in there, weighted it down with some rocks, and it's a year and a half, and it's not. I mean, normally you can't use it, but I put the polyurethane on it. And I had some people on one of the fish groups on Facebook that were just like shitting their pants when I told them and saying that it was going to kill all my fish and stuff. Well, like I say, it's been in the tank for a year and a half. It's not rotting. And it's a tank that I have got a ton of baby farlowellas in because they're breeding in there. And I've got the glow light Danios are breeding in there, and the Kubota Rasbora are breeding in there, and everything's fine. So there was no need to panic. Yeah, that's what I figured, Derek. It was like I don't remember what it was on somebody's live stream. It might have been Corvus. He was saying that if you want to keep like regular pieces of driftwood, if you want to keep them from turning dark, you can put a couple coats of polyurethane on them and let them dry real good before you put them in the tank, and it will protect the wood. And that's what gave me the idea. I thought, well, if you can protect the wood like that, regular wood. Now the grapevine, kind of soaked it up, so I put 3 coats on it, and it just kind of kept soaking in. But hey, it definitely would have rotted and been gone by now if I wouldn't have done it, and it's still fine. There you go, Shelby Ray. Yep, you can get some nice rocks. You're going to be needing some kind of plastic tote. I have plastic. How many do I have? Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plastic totes going with fish in them and growing out fry in them. So yeah, if you just like make sure that they're food safe, then they're good. And I've got heaters in them too. The suction cups keep the heater off the plastic, and they do fine. Yeah, the plastic shoe boxes work really good if you just need a small one. Yeah, I have 5 of them going right now. Yeah, India has some really cool fish. And Australia. Australia has a honey blue eye that I want so bad, and they won't ship them out of Australia. They're on the red list. And Aquamate keeps taunting me with them because he knows I want them so bad. $60 or $70 baby cribs. Yeah, you need a fairly good sized one. Well, depending on how big they are. You could even start them out in a little tiny one and then split them up. Oh my God, Tampa Tom. Yes, I've worked at restaurants. I've done a lot of stuff. I've been secretary and I've worked in restaurants as a waitress and I've been a cook and I've worked in delis and I worked at Starbucks and yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. I used to work at the um, 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 Perkins Family Restaurant. I worked at a Perkins Family Restaurant and I worked night shift. What? No, I did not know that there was an aqua. They were on Aquabit, seriously? If you see them again, Dan, like, tell me. I don't know if I'll have the money, but tell me if you ever see them again. I'm the Jackie of all trades. I don't personally know him, World Aquarium Singapore. I do not personally know him, just what I see. But I'm going to move the camera over to my rice fish because I'm going to chain smoke and go get myself another drink. Because I have cinnamon whiskey and I have coffee and I have some, um, what you call it, whipped cream. And that is all you need to make Irish coffee. Yeah, I heard somebody said he got a Oaxaca today. That's kind of cool. Okay, rice fish. And I'll be right back because I'm going to make myself another drink. Okay, I'm coming back. Irish coffee is the best thing in the whole world. But this is my limit, 2 of them, because you don't want me to fall asleep on the live stream. Oh my gosh, $100 a fish. Okay, you guys have been talking and talking while I was gone. Good night, soggy pets. Yep, don't drop the F bombs. Can't be doing that. You got to be a lady or a gentleman, just like me. I am so ladylike. I saw that. $201 for 3 pairs. Oh my gosh, that's way I'd never ever ever be able to afford that. But it's because the only chance of getting them, because they've been on the red list for like 10 years, I think, or a little bit over 10 years. So your only chance of getting them outside of Australia is to find somebody that's been breeding them that long. Yes, but how do I get some, Dan? That's the problem. How do I get my hands on them? What is the best type of paint to use to stencil on a purse? I am not sure. They probably sell. Is it like leather? If it if you water down like acrylic paint, it's like plastic. But you'd want to water it down a bit so it would soak in. Otherwise, it would just chip off. If you had it like thick and on the outside, if it got bumped, it'd chip off because it's basically plastic. But if you watered it down to where it like soaked in a little bit, that would probably work. A black cloth one. Yeah, I'd probably get some tubes of acrylic paint, and when you use it, like water it down just a little bit so it soaks in just a little bit into the material. So when I was working at Perkins Family Restaurant, Perkins Family Restaurant has like rules. It was kind of like when I worked at Disneyland. You couldn't have earrings bigger than a dime, no visible tattoos, because it's a family restaurant, right? Even though I worked from 10 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning, it's still a family restaurant. So, anyway, that was their rules. You couldn't have any visible tattoos, no earrings bigger than a dime. You had to wear a white shirt and a tie. So, I learned how to tie a tie and black pants. So, I got like some really pretty ties that were like black with florals on them and stuff. So, I didn't look too much like a man, you know. Um, I don't think you'd really have to gesso with acrylic paint. If you were going to use oil or something like that, you'd definitely have to. But I think the acrylic would like stick onto material fine. Anyway, so I was like in training. So in training, I had to work. Um, once I was trained, I worked 10 to 6. But while I was training, I had to work some dinner shifts when the manager was there. So, yay, it's fun, Derek. You'd love it. If you ever need any help with it, just send me a message or email. Anyway, so I was working the dinner shift, and I was bussing the table, and they had like these great big platters that were like 3 feet around that you like hold out, and put all the stuff on it. So I was like, I had the like everything balanced on this platter, and I stepped into the kitchen and started to slip a little bit, and I had like coffee cups stacked up, and the coffee cups like tipped over and dumped coffee down the front of me onto my white shirt. So I was like, oh my God, I can't go back out there. I got this coffee down the front of my white shirt. And I told the manager, I said, I got to clean this up and stuff. I can't go back out there. She's like, oh no, just take a rag and wipe it off. You're fine. You can go back out there. So I like take a rag and I wipe the coffee off my shirt, which made my shirt see through. And I have a tattoo. And she looked at me and she's like, no, you can go stand over there till your shirt dries. Yep, wet t-shirt. Oh dear. Yes, I have a tattoo, Jesse. Do you want to hear? I know I've told this before though, but how many people want to hear the story about my when I got my tattoo? Now the question is, what's the tattoo of? Nobody knows. Nobody knows but me. Uh, okay, I know I've told this story before, so it's not. I'm like Candy and Bob have heard it. Dan's probably heard it, but I'll tell it again. It's a strand of flowers. I'll tell you. It's a strand of forget me nots, which are little tiny blue flowers. Yeah, I did tell you guys before. But anyway, so I'll start out telling you what I was going to get. So I decided I was going to get a tattoo. So, but I wanted it to be where nobody would see it unless I wanted them to see it, right? So I decided it was either going to be on my bust line or on my butt. So, I was going to get one on my butt. I was going to get a dragon, and my son even drew out this really cute dragon for me. I feel bad because I didn't use it because I couldn't imagine myself pulling down my pants in front of the tattoo artist. It was the main reason I didn't get one on my butt. But I was going to get a dragon on my butt just so that when anybody asked me how I was, I could tell them that I was dragon ass today. That was why I was going to get a dragon on my butt. Do a big one on each cheek so it spills out. Anyway, so I decided I was going to get one on my bust line. So I decided to get this strand of flowers on my bust, and I was going to get it. Okay, excuse me for saying this, but I was going to get it where it like was underneath of my nip part way, you know. But when I got to the tattoo artist, I wore like a tank top because I didn't want to take my shirt off. And when I started pulling down the tank top, I was a little bit embarrassed, so it ended up a little bit higher up than I was originally going to get it. So anyway, so I go into the tattoo artist to get this tattoo, and he like traced what I'd picked out and done. He like traced it where it was going to go. And then after they get it traced on there, then they start with the actual tattooing, right? So he had gotten it traced, and I was kind of embarrassed because, you know, he's touching my boob and stuff, right? I know I'm an old lady. So anyway, so I was kind of embarrassed. I was kind of do and looking all around, and just to make conversation, I said to him, I said, "Do you think that design is too big to look good there?" And he was like working on it, and he stepped back and he looked at me and he said, "Ma'am, you could put the Battle of New Orleans there and it wouldn't be too big." And I was like, oh my God. And I started laughing. And he turned bright red. That was funny. Oh, I'll never forget that. That made me laugh. I'm not flat chested, by the way. So, yeah. And then what really surprised me, because I had this idea, and I know it's a stupid idea, but I thought that tattoo artists were kind of like doctors, or, you know, they had like this code where they didn't talk about what they'd done, right? Well, that was when I worked at Perkins Family Restaurant at the in the overnight shift. And the Hallmark Inn across the street on the weekends, they had live bands. And when they closed down, all the workers, the people who worked there, would come over and have breakfast and bullshit with me because it was just me and the cook over at the restaurant. So I was friends with all of them. Well, when I had a weekend off, which was about 2 or 3 weeks later, and grant you, I had told nobody. Nobody knew that I had a tattoo, right? I didn't tell anybody. And I went over to the Hallmark Inn on my day off, on my night off. And soon as I walked in the door, everybody started asking me to see my tattoo. The only person that knew that I had a tattoo besides me was a tattoo artist. And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, what the heck? Okay, so what all have I missed in chat because I've been blah, blah, blahing? John. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he told everyone. I was like, what the? I thought that they had like this thing where they didn't talk about it. But obviously not, because every damn person at the Hallmark Inn wanted to see my tattoo. I'll bet, John, you'd have to blend the tattoos. Hey, that's an idea. You could do tattoo over all your scars and kind of work them into the design. Bob is stutter typing. Yeah, it's getting better though, Priscilla. But like when I worked at Disneyland, it was the same thing. You couldn't have earrings bigger than a dime and no visible tattoos. They didn't care if you had, like, you could even have like sleeves and stuff, but you had to wear long sleeve shirts to cover them up while you were at work. The mediums and thinners, I don't really worry about it. I just like dump them outside in the yard when I'm done with them. Some of the paints they say are poisonous, like they almost quit making them. The cadmium reds and stuff are poisonous, but I bought them on sale when they started out with that because everybody was getting rid of them. So I'd go to like garage sales and stuff, and everybody'd have them sitting there because, oh my God, they're poisonous. I'm like, I don't eat my oil paint, so I'm going to buy these. Priscilla, that took about 10 minutes too long to react. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Chewy. Yep, that's why Dan's Fish rates my streams as adults only. Adults and trolls. Priscilla's a very busy woman, yes. Nope, I don't eat the paint. Don't eat the paint. I don't care if it's poisonous or not. Don't eat the paint. Don't chew on the business end of the paintbrush. If I like chew on the end, it's in the isn't in the paint. And on the few occasions when I've accidentally used my coffee cup instead of a paint cleaner to put my paintbrushes in, I start over again with my coffee. Yep, exactly. You can't, you don't want to, the same thing you, like with my drawings, I spray varnish on them when I'm done. to keep the charcoal from like sloughing off and stuff. And even with the varnish, I always step outside to spray them. And when I'm oil painting, like I usually have a fan going and the windows open if it's summertime. If it's wintertime, then I still have a fan going. Sniffing it is okay. No, you don't want to sniff it. Yeah, if you're worried, use gloves. I don't worry about it. Latex, acrylic, and silicone tubes they do not eat. Yeah, who's gonna eat it? That's like when I went to visit Niagara Falls. At the top of Niagara Falls, at the top, they have these big platform area where you can like look over the rails and see the water like cascading over the edge, like going on this huge drop, Niagara Falls. And all around that platform area, which kind of goes down the river a little bit by the river where before it drops off, but they have like every 6 feet they have signs on the rails that say no swimming. And it's like, who the hell is going to go swimming 6 feet before Niagara Falls drops off? I mean, come on. Why do they need these signs? I love the smell of oil paints myself. It just, but that's because I love painting. So when I get out the oil paints and start painting, it makes me happy. You had a vision the Virgin Mary appeared in front of the dwarf stag to the snails. There's a lot of snails in there right now. I suppose reels, but yep, I got the canvas ordered for it, William, and I'm going to be starting. I think the canvas is supposed to get here Monday. It just got sent. Good night, Dee. Yeah, you guys probably don't know I'm doing an owl painting for William for his girlfriend for Christmas. So that's going to be fun. And as soon as I should be done by the end of this week, I'm figuring I'll be done with Dan's drawing, and then I'm going to start on that oil painting. Nope, I won't eat the paint. And then I have another oil painting that I'm doing for someone as a surprise, so I got to get that done too, which I won't be able to show you guys until after Aquashella. Although he probably has it figured out by now, but yeah. Because I'm not very good at keeping secrets. Oh, wow, William. Yeah, that's kind of hard to hide a big transaction like that. But after the camping trip, you guys are going to see the first fish that I paint. Oh man, yes, yes. The brushes are definitely important when you're painting. Nope, it's not a rice fish, Jesse. Hi, Turbo Fish. How are you? Actually, 44 Mad Guy, I take, after much experimenting, one of the reasons that it's so important to get good quality brushes is the cheap ones and sometimes the expensive ones, because I've had this happen with expensive brushes. You'll be working on an oil painting and a damn hair will come out of the brush, like a brush hair, and be stuck in the oil paint. And then you have to take tweezers and try to pull the brush hair out of the oil paint in a section that you just did that looks all nice except for the stupid hair in it. So yeah, the brushes are extremely important. And the company that I would recommend to you, there's a company called Rosemary's Brushes, and it is out of England. And their prices are not bad. The shipping isn't bad, even to have them shipped to the United States. And their prices are decent, and they're handmade brushes, and they're really nice. So now I only get my brushes from Rosemary's Brushes. I know it's horrible when the paintbrush will start losing hairs in your painting. It's like I've had that happen with brand new expensive brushes. And yeah, I use sable brushes on my oil paints too. They're supposed to be for watercolor paints, but I use them for the fine detail on my oil paintings. I'll use like bristle brushes for the bigger, doing the larger areas. But when it comes down to putting in the real fine detail, I'll use a soft sable brush. Jamie, hi. I like Rosemary's brushes better than Winsor and Newton. Actually, one of the brushes I was talking about that the hair started coming out was a Winsor and Newton brush, and it wasn't cheap. And the first time I used it, the hair started coming out into the oil painting. So that was it for me. You did a video on brushes. That's cool. They should hatch, Jess, but I've never done that. I just like, well, I've told you a bunch of times, I just drop a ball of moss in there, and after a week, I pull it out and drop it into a tub to hatch. Do you have any babies yet, Jess? Jessie? I should say Jessie so Granny doesn't get confused. But do you have any rice fish babies yet? Ooh, 20s are small. I use zeros, and actually zeros are about the smallest I use with the oil paints. Usually I do a lot of detail work with zeros and ones, but with stables so I can kind of get them to a fine point and stuff when I need it. Jess says I'm never having babies. Actually, I was talking to Jessie. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you, Jess. Oh, you took the parents out and waited 10 days? Yeah, usually within a week they'll start hatching. So that's kind of odd. Maybe they ate the eggs too fast. Yeah, I've never tried pulling them, but I don't see why not. I say the thing with the babies is the rice fish go right up to the surface, and they're tiny, and the adults will pick them off if they're in the tank. He's on YouTube? Seriously, Dan? I know somebody told me that earlier. I have 666 subscribers. uh, that's like Mark Nicholson. I'll have to remember that. Yep, yep. Very fitting for me. 666. I need the honey blue eyes, but I certainly can't spend $200 on fish. Not right now. The number of the Pam. Yep, yep. That works. Somehow I don't think it would work to start a GoFundMe just to buy Pam some honey blue eyes. uh, well, if you ever go to one of your club's meetings and auctions and you see some honey blue eyes, oh my God, you'd better get them for me. No, that's because I have 666 subscribers. They don't let you have a button when you have 666 subscribers. uh, it's a Facebook rule. Yep, yep. Actually, that's pretty funny. I wonder how long it's going to stay on 666. Yeah, Dan found some guy in the United States has some, but they were on Aqua Bid last year, and they sold for what was it, 3 pairs for over $200 for 3 pairs of them, which is what I'd want is like 3 pairs to start with, 6 fish that would do, but 200 and over $200, no. Yeah, and he's had to have had them for a long time because, like I say, it's been for a little bit over 10 years that they have not been allowed to ship them out of Australia. I'm going to turn my fan off because it's cooling down in here. So hang on a second. Look out, kitty. Okay. Now it's like super quiet in here. Wouldn't that be awful if you spent $201 and then they died? Yeah, that's what Chris was checking around for me, and he saw what's his name, um the rainbow fish guy. Oh man, I can't remember his name now. It's because I like finished my second drink. Gary Lang, yeah, he asked Gary Lang if he had any, and Gary Lang just looked at him and said they're too hard to keep. And that's all he said. So I have a feeling that maybe he tried to keep them and wasn't successful. But I still want to try. I will do it. If I can get my hands on them, I guarantee you I'll have them breeding. Um, I know it, William, but I just had my second drink. And I'm not even going to try to say it because you guys would laugh your asses off at me. So Dan can tell you what the scientific name is for them, though. Yeah, that's what I've heard. You have to have lower pH and soft water, so I'd use RO water on them. Dan can type it. You know, the pseudomugal. I'm not going to try to say it right now. There you go. Dan's got it. They are awesome little fishies. I mean, I want them so bad. I would dedicate one of my 40 breeders to just them. Yeah, that's true, Dan, but I really want those ones. I know Aquamate's been giving me a bad time because they can get them there, of course, because they're in Australia. But they've been on the red list on Australia for over 10 years. And the red list means that they're on their endangered species list and they will not allow any of them to be shipped out of the country. Yeah, he does troll me with them. I keep telling him to just send me a breeding mop. Just an old mop, a damp mop in a plastic bag. If I could get my hands on them and start breeding them, then you guys could get some from me too. But they are so cute. There's a clip of them on YouTube that I love. That I'm going to put. Okay, I gotta shut the sound off on this real quick so I don't get in trouble. Up, sound off. Actually, that's a YouTube tune, so I wouldn't get in trouble for it anyway, but I'm going to cut and paste. Copy. And paste. There, that's the fish that I want. Yeah, I definitely would, because I would breed them. If I got my hands on them, I guarantee you guys I would be breeding them. I don't think it is, Dan. I think that this guy's actually in Australia. The one that put out this one. Pretty sure he's from Australia. Yeah, aren't they just, they are so awesome. I know, aren't they cute, Derek? They are just, and when the males start dancing with each other, oh my God, they are just too cute. I love them. First time I saw them was like maybe 2 years ago, and I've wanted them really bad ever since then. Yeah, their fins, the divided fins on top are just, and the white outline and stuff. Oh my God, they're just so cool. It's my top bucket list fish. And then I found out real quickly that I couldn't get them, which made me sad. But I still want them really bad. I know there's a guy up in Canada that's breeding them too, but then I'd still have to worry about getting them across the Canadian border. So, yeah, I'd have to definitely have to use RO water. I'd probably, if I could get them, I would probably, that's what would go in one of my 40 breeders with tannins. They are not banned in the US. The problem is that they're banned from leaving Australia. And they are from Australia, but they're on the Australia's red list, which means they cannot be shipped out of the country. And they're from Australia. So the only way that you're going to get them is if you can find somebody that has been raising them since before they were banned from shipping them out. Yeah, I have high pH too, but I definitely use RO water on them. Nothing but, and then I'd have tannins in it. Oh, wow, Shelby Ray, that's perfect. Yep. Yep, that's the fish that Aquamate keeps trolling me with because he knows that I want them and I can't have them. Yep, they're red listed, so they can't ship them out of Australia. I don't know if the CARES program has them in it either. Like I say, the problem is that they can't be shipped out of Australia. Mark Nicholson. I'll have to go back I'll probably have to rewatch it and get that name and like sub to him tomorrow. Not that it's going to do me any good because I can't afford them, but yeah. That's what I've heard too. I've heard before too that they're really expensive. If you can find them, they're really high. Hi, Tom. Hello, Captain Savage. It's been cooling off here at night. I can tell that summer's almost over. It is supposed to get down to 49 degrees tonight. And it's 58 right now. I leave like my windows open all summer though, because I like it when it cools down. Some of us can speak a little bit of Spanish, but not a lot. Not a lot, Tom. Paquito. Whoa, 8 for 56.90. That I would do. That I would do. It would like be stretching my budget right now, but I would do it. Oh yeah, I saw that you sent me a link, Dan. I'll like click on it after the live stream's over and sub to them. My drinks are getting to you. Oh no. Oh, I got just a little bit left in my second one. I'm not going to have another one because whiskey is a lot stronger than Bailey's in my coffee. I would do that, Big D. If fish want whiskey, well, I'm drinking like a Irish coffee. Drunk painting. 1:35 p.m. now in Singapore. That's not bad. I usually go to bed about 3 a.m. the last few nights, so I've been working on my art late, and I've gone to bed like at 5 or 6 in the morning. Yeah, Priscilla, I got some, God, my mind just went blank. Fireball. I got some Fireball whiskey. It's just cinnamon whiskey, and it makes a really good Irish coffee. You put like a teaspoon of sugar in the bottom of the cup, and then a shot or so, a good splash of whiskey, and then coffee, and then you put some whipped cream on top. Mwah, it's perfect. It might even be better than Bailey's in the coffee. Oh, I'm a night person. I stay up late all the time, but when I'm working on my art, it's hard for me to sleep, so I just stay up and work on it. Fireball sounds like regrets. I will see how I feel in the morning. Right now, I feel fine though. The last 2 nights, last night I went to bed at 5:30, and the night before that I went to bed at 6:30 in the morning. Vodka is good for laundry detergent. Well, I drink it. It's in my coffee, Jess. So it's not like I'm drinking it straight. It's like mixed into my coffee. Like say with a teaspoon of sugar and a good shot of the Fireball, and then coffee, and then some whipped cream on top. Irish coffee. I'm Irish, so I can do that. Yeah, the sugar makes it worse. I know. Oh, Bob. I know Irish coffee is good. I like Irish coffee. And this is the first time I've tried the Fireball instead of, usually I use uh just regular whiskey. Black Velvet. Black Velvet is my standby for Irish coffee, but I decided to try the Fireball, and it's good. The first the first sip of it was kind of like whoo, but after the first sip it was really good. But like I said, I'm not going to have another one. I had 2 of them, and that's enough. Oh, peach brandy's really good in coffee, too. I've done that before. One time I had a really, really bad cold, and I stayed home from work, and I got a bottle of peach brandy, and I hooked up. I was laying on the couch all wrapped up in blankets, and I got the coffee pot and put it right beside me and a bottle of peach brandy, and I drank peach brandy in my coffee all day, and the next day when I got up, I was fine. Totally kicked ass on the cold. And it was good too. Everything's good with coffee. Well, I don't drink much. I don't drink. See, I've had 2 drinks. I don't eat much red meat because it's too expensive. I eat mostly chicken and fish. Is peach brandy good for arthritis? I hadn't heard that, but I know it totally kicked ass on that cold. And I drank the whole bottle too, and like had coffee going all day, and I drank that whole bottle, and the next day I was good to go. Oh, you need to do his live streams on Tuesday nights, World Aquarium. He's a lot of fun on his live streams. A rice fish taco. Bailey's is good in coffee too, but this cinnamon whiskey's pretty damn good in the coffee. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out that website when I get off of here. Not that it'll do me any good, but I'm gonna look. Rice fish? No, they aren't expensive. I've got some that are I'm gonna be selling here pretty quick. I'm only gonna sell them for like $4 a piece. Yeah, my first drinking experience, I drank a straight shot of peppermint schnapps, and I was 14 years old. And that was the last straight shot that I took, and I started like throwing it up out of my nose. Never been able to do peppermint schnapps ever since then. And I'm 64 now, so that was 50 years ago, and I still can't even stand the smell of peppermint schnapps. Oh, butter and coffee, that doesn't sound good. It seems like it would just make like a film of oil on top of the coffee as it melted. It seems like you'd pour the hot coffee in on top of it and it'd melt, and then you'd just have like a layer of oil sitting on top of your coffee. I don't think so. Honey in coffee is good, but that's like putting the same thing as putting sugar in your coffee. Vodka and peach schnapps. I don't know. I know when I was younger, I got drunk one time on cherry vodka, and I will just say Oh my God, don't ever throw up after you've drank cherry vodka. It looks horrible. It's like bright neon pink. One liquid in each cup. Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill Wine. Yeah, when I was like 14, well, not 14, but probably like 17, 18, the thing to get drunk on was Mad Dog, MD 2020. Oh my God, you take a swig of that and it burns. You can feel it burn all the way down your chest and into your stomach. I hope eventually I get to 1,000. I have, like, to get monetized, you have to have 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch time hours. And right now I'm sitting at, well, before I started the stream tonight, I was sitting at like 4,700 hours. And that's with losing some every day because it's just 1 year. So the days before drop off. But, so I've got the hours, no problem, but I'm not anywhere close to 1,000 subs. When I get to 1,000 subs, I'm going to do another giveaway though. Just saying. That was your very first drink. Was it Mad Dog? I know, 666 is pretty awesome. I used to drink Boone's Fairy too, though. That's not bad, but the MD 2020 was like cheap, got you drunk fast, get sick. Oh my God, yeah, the grape. Ugh. I can say it burns all the way down your throat. Oh, you have a serious question? On my live stream, you have a serious question? Go for it. We had 2 trolls here earlier, Priscilla. I'm waiting. Ban, yep. I still remember I saw my brother one time. I was like 18, so he was like 17. And I saw him at the county fair. And he was on his second bottle of MD 2020, riding the rides at the fair. A motorcycle or a jet ski? Ooh, either one would be awesome. Yep, Big D, that was the thing to do. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, my brother at the fair. Well, he was living with my mom and dad. So the next day, I stopped by my mom and dad's house for something. But anyway, I was talking to my mom, and she said something about Steve. Steve wasn't at work. He had to call in sick because he had the flu. And I started laughing. And I'll never forget, she looked at me and she says, "It's not funny. He was even sick when he got up this morning." I was like, "Yeah, I bet he was." Too bad you couldn't take a jet ski to work. That would be awesome. Hi, K-Town. How are you? I always thought it'd be fun to get a motorcycle, but I'm too damn old now to learn how to ride a motorcycle. Too old and chicken. But I would love it, I know, because I like the air. It's like when I'm going down the highway, I always have all my windows open because I like air. That's right. I remember you wrecked it. I remember when you wrecked it, Tampa Tom. Yeah, that would be cold in the wintertime. Well, at least you didn't get hurt. Oh, no, Jesse. I'm sorry. Ouch. Ouch, John. Did you get some pictures of her, Jesse? If you got some pictures of her, you know what to do with them. Oh, that's sad. Does the sea have sharks here? Yeah, especially on the East Coast. Sharks are everywhere. You'd think they had an ocean to swim around in. Yeah, there's some great whites off the West Coast too, but not as many as there are off the East Coast. When I lived on Cape Cod, I think the second day that I was there was a big news story because there was a 15-foot great white that was trapped in an inlet. She'd swam in during high tide and she was stuck in it. So they were all worried about how they were going to get her out of there. But a couple days later, the tide came way up and she swam out. And then if you went to Chatham on Cape Cod, this is so stupid because if you ever watch Shark Week, you would think that people would know. But Chatham has it's really popular for the tourists because it's like miles and miles of white sandy beach. And just a little ways offshore is sandbars. And on the sandbars, there's always a whole lot of seals and they raise their babies there. And at least 2 or 3 times during the summertime, the beaches get shut down because somebody be swimming. The tourists like to swim there in the sandbars with seals in the water. And they'll like have a great white that'll take out a seal in front of a swimmer and then they shut down the beaches for a while. But as if you watch anything on sharks, you know that great whites love sandbars and seals, you know. They do like seal cruises out of there where you can like get on a boat and they'll take you right by the sandbars so you can see the seals up close. And one Saturday, Megan and I were going to do that. And we got down there early in the morning, and all the cruises were booked for the whole day. And Megan was like so disappointed. She was probably about 10 years old. So as I was leaving, I saw a sign for another cruise. Well, it wasn't a cruise, but they had a boat that they would take you to one of the islands and leave you there and then come back and pick you up whatever time you asked them to pick you up. So this was, by that time, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. So we went on that, and they dropped us off at the island. And I told them to come pick us up about 6 o'clock that night. And it was really nice because there was nobody else there. It was like we had this whole big white sandy beach all to ourselves. And it was really funny. I have pictures of it too, but Megan started, like, she was right down by the water, like maybe 2 or 3 feet from the water, and she started building a sandcastle. And I was laying in the sun and reading a book and kind of keeping an eye on her. And I looked up, and off the shore, just a little ways offshore, there was like a half moon circle of seals that had their heads out of the water, and every once in a while they'd get way up out of the water and look, and they were watching Megan build her sandcastle. It's like they were super, super curious. So we didn't get to go on the seal watch, but the seals watched us. But they were really curious. They would, like, every once in a while get, like, raise themselves way up out of the water, and they were looking at her. It was pretty awesome, actually. Yeah, some of the seals are really big. Yeah, if you see them, like even the sea lions on the Oregon coast, they'll like get up on the beach sunning themselves, and you don't want to get too close because they will attack you. And the sea lions are big. They're like any other wild animal, you know. The little harbor seals are small and kind of cute. I think that's what these were, was harbor seals. But yeah, the sea lions are big too. And you don't, like I say, you want to keep your distance. It's stupid to approach wild animals. Oh, Priscilla. Oh my God. Yeah, and the people in Yellowstone with the buffalo. It's like, oh my God. I was in Yellowstone one time. It was in the fall, like the end of September. The buffalo go into rut, and those males are not in a good mood, and they are big. I mean, big and angry. And I got stuck in traffic one time. The males were in rut, and there was a herd of buffalo on the road. So everybody was stopped. And this car in front of me, the people got out of the car and were walking around in the buffalo taking pictures. It's like, oh my God, you guys are stupid. Yeah, and moose are just nasty all the time. You know that the number one man killer in North America is the moose, because they are notoriously ill-tempered. So yeah, you don't want to get close to a moose. And even the bull elk, and when they're in rut, oh my God. There was one time in the park at the end of Mammoth in Yellowstone. So there was this big bull elk in the park, and there's like a circular road going around the park. So the circular road was like totally full of people that were circling around taking pictures of this bull elk. And this one nice, shiny, new Suburban, he saw his reflection in it. And he put some nice dents and holes in the Suburban because he charged it. Pretty sure he saw his reflection and thought it was another bull. But yeah, he nailed the heck out of that car. No, Reels, I remember reading a book one time about the top man killers, and the top man, and deer will kill people, yeah, but moose is the number one man killer in North America, is the moose. But I don't know if they'd lump moose in with deer or not when they're taking their statistics. But yeah, deer will kill you too. They'll stomp you. But moose are really, really foul tempered animals. Yeah, if the buffalo are in rut, they'll fight anything, including cars. Another time I was in the park and there was a herd of buffalo on the road, and there was this big bull, and he was interested in this one female, and he was in the middle of the road. And when buffalo are mad and they're going to charge, their tail goes up. Their tail will go up in the air, and you better watch your ass. But he was in a bad mood, and he was interested in this female, and he was in the middle of the road, and traffic was stopped for a long ways behind him. So I watched this park ranger like scoot past all the traffic in his pickup, and then he got up to this bull, and he started honking his horn to run him off the road. And I was watching, and the cow went off the road and down into the sagebrush. And that bull turned around, and his tail was up, and he was looking at that park ranger's truck, and he was pissed. But he like did a double take, and the cow was walking off. So you could see him thinking about it, and he decided to follow the cow. But yeah, he was thinking about charging that truck. I know the same thing happens in Yellowstone, and people think that I think there was 2 people that I read about that were trampled this year in Yellowstone because people think that they want to take selfies with the buffalo. But people can be stupid. I remember one time when I was working at the bear place, at the bear sanctuary, this couple stopped by with their kids early in the morning to see the bears, and they were on their way to Yellowstone Park. And they asked me before they left, they asked me what time they let the animals out at the park. Seriously, they asked me what time they let the animals out of their pens at the park at Yellowstone. So people just don't know. There's wolves in Yellowstone and stuff. Wolves will leave you alone. Every once in a while, someone will get killed by wolves, but it's really not that common. I saw that, Candy. I saw the film of that. That was this summer. Mountain lions are scary because they will sneak up on you. However, mountain lions, if they think that you've seen them, they'll usually leave you alone. But if you don't see them, people do get killed by mountain lions. But their strategy is to sneak up behind you and then jump on you and bite your neck. But if you face them down, they usually won't attack you. Once they know that they've been seen, they'll leave. It's like Jurassic Park, yeah. I know we had one last year, a mountain lion in town here, and it was like every five. I was at work, and every 5 minutes, the alarm on my phone was going off, warning that there was a mountain lion in town. Hi, Palmer Aquatics. Oh, hi, Robert. I should be kind of winding it down here pretty soon, but there's still a lot of people here, so I'll wait a little while. Kind of like ran out of stories for the night. I'll have to write something down for next week. Yeah, cougars. Yeah, they're sneaky buggers. I know. I saw that. That was scary. Yeah, we're all vampires. All the best people are vampires. World Aquarium. Oh, I had a friend that had like a little dachshund, and she was in Wenatchee. She lived up by Wenatchee, out in the country in Washington. And one morning, she let her dog out to go potty, and a mountain lion jumped off her roof and got her dog. And she went and ran in the house and got a gun and shot it. Then she had to call the game department because you're not supposed to kill them, but it was in her yard and it killed her dog. So, but talking about Yellowstone, years ago, I had a friend that was a wildlife photographer, and he was in Yellowstone, and there was this little valley, and he pulled off because there was some like half grown, like 4 or 5 year old grizzly bears, like young but still full grown, and they had an elk down, and they were eating on it, and they were like fighting each other over the elk and stuff, the typical wildlife scuffling over food. And these tourists had stopped and sent their 2 kids down into the field to play where the bears were fighting over the elk. And he went over and told them to call their kids and get them the hell out of there because they were going to get killed. And these people said, "Oh no, they're park bears, they're tame." Oh my God. So he started down into the field, and one of the young bears looked up and saw the kids and started for them. So he started yelling and waving his arms and running, and the bear came after him instead, and he went up a tree, right? So he was up in this tree, and these people scooped up their kids and got them in the car and left. And what was bad about it is they never stopped and told anybody. They never told the park rangers. He was in the tree until the next day. He had to stay in the tree overnight until a park ranger happened to come by and see him up there and helped him get out of there. But yeah, they left. And after he saved their kids, they never even stopped and told anybody that he was up there, that he was up in a tree. Nice, huh? Yeah, they left him in the tree, and he figured when they left that they'd stop and tell a park ranger, but they didn't. They just left. And the whole thing is the only reason he was up in the tree is because he's saving their kids. Yeah, tame park bears. Yep. Exactly, Robert. That's exactly right. And that's why people don't like tourists. I haven't seen any bald eagles, but I haven't really been out of town this year, so yeah, like I say, every year a couple tourists will get trampled by buffalo because they have this idea that they're like tame cows or something, but they're a wild animal and they're big. And you don't want to take a selfie standing by one. When I get out of my truck to take pictures of them and stuff, I don't get too close, and I'm always within one jump of my truck. Hello. Hello, Rob. How are you? Oh my God, it took 3 hours. You must be a long video. Mine usually take, I've got one I'm going to upload tomorrow. Jess, you'll be. Yep, exactly. I have good cameras with zoom lenses. There's mountain lions or cougars or what else are they called? It's all the same animal. Pumas, I think on the East Coast they call them. And I think down by like down around Texas and along the Rio Grande, there's jaguars, but no lions like African lions. But there used to be because when I went to the tar pits in Los Angeles, there was a lot of lion skulls and stuff that they had like pulled out of the tar pits. There was lions and camels, and there was these like old bison that had horns that looked like a Texas Longhorn. It's like, wow, those would have been wicked. Oh, your internet likes to act up? Mine was just like a minute ago. There was a thing on the screen saying that my connection was unstable, but it's back to normal now. Yeah, that's right. There's panthers and the black panthers in Florida, and there's jaguars along the Rio Grande, which is one of the reasons that. No, I'm not going to talk politics, but just real quick, I'll say that's one of the reasons I'm so against the wall because it will cut the wildlife off from the river. I have never seen a Bigfoot. I don't know if anybody else in here has. I wish I had like a big place in the country. I would so have a koi pond. Oh, Bob. That's an entirely different animal. I was watching something the other day. I forget what channel it was, but they were talking about cougars in Pennsylvania. That there was one not too long ago that somebody killed in Pennsylvania. And when they did the, like, tracked it and stuff, it had come from South Dakota. It had moved that far. Okay, Bob, I'm going to shut it down anyway in about 15 minutes. Okay, unfiltered. Yep, it's getting late. Like I say, I'm going to give it like 15 minutes and call it a night because that's going to be 3 hours, and that's plenty of time. Have a good night, Bob. You can't keep up with all us youngins. I'm 64 years old. uh, yeah, the sun's up. Oh my God. I know a lot of times I'll be working on my art and I'll start hearing the birds sing, which means it's just before daylight. And I'm like, oh shit, I better get some sleep. Okay, well, welcome back, Carson. I couldn't identify all the different kinds of koi. There's so many different colors and all the Japanese names. Okay, good night, Derek. We'll see you later. You just shipped your first live fish? Ooh. I'm going to ship some next week. And Bob's probably left already. But if you haven't left yet, Bob, if you can still hear me, send me what your temperatures are so I know if I need to put an ice pack in there for him or not. And Ginger's probably gone too, but same thing. I'll send you both emails over the weekend. Okay, yeah, let me know what your temperatures are going to be so I know how to ship them. Because if it's like over like 85, then I'd probably better put an ice pack in there. So they don't roast and boil. Oh, good night, Ginger. Yep. Send me an email and let me know what your temperatures are going to be next week, so I know how I need to pack the rice fish. But have a good night and happy birthday. Seven more years. Oh heck, I do shenanigans and I'm like 64. You're never too old. You're only as old as you feel. So I'm only like 90 years old. Yep, need to do a cold pack then, definitely. Definitely, or they will cook when they get down there. Sneezes. Yep, Kevin, but just for like another 10 minutes and then I'm going to shut it down. Thank you, thank you. That's right. Susie Q's still riding her motorcycle. Skydiving? No. Hey Kevin, did you see how many subs I have right now? If I still have the same number of subs, it was at 666. Let me see. Yep, I'm still at 666. Oh, good night, Reels. Don't you think that's rather fitting? Devil woman, yep. Yep, now you really can't bless me. Oh, I got to get up to 1,000 subs. I have like way over 4,000 hours, but I don't have the subs. Bungee jumping and skydiving are a definite no. I wonder who is number 666. You're at 14.99. Van Dansley. Yeah, the hours are like say I'm way over 4,000. I've got, well, not way over. I've got like 4,700 hours, but I need the. Yeah, I could use StreamYard, but I couldn't figure out how to do like a thumbnail using StreamYard though, which so I'm just using the regular. But if I can use StreamYard on my phone under 1,000 hours, then I can do some live streaming at the campout. Oh, Kevin made 1,500. Yay. Oh, yeah. No, that was the Streamlabs grant. Jess, the StreamYard is the easy one. Streamlab is impossible. I know. No, not StreamYard. StreamYard's okay. It's Streamlabs. That's the one that you can't use. Streamlab, I ended up taking it off my computer because I was like, what the heck? Yay, 1,500. I am so scared of heights. I've made myself do stuff before, but I am terrified of heights. I remember one time my cousin talked me into getting on a Ferris wheel, and they actually like I wasn't screaming or anything. I just like turned white as a sheet and closed my eyes when we got up to the top because it was terrifying. and they actually stopped the Ferris wheel and let me off. They actually stopped it and let me off, Candy, and you know they don't do that. I won't even step up onto a kitchen chair unless I have a wall to hold on to. Bull riding. People get hurt bull riding. I don't like I don't mind a roller coaster if it's not a high one, but the really high ones are like no. Like when I worked at Disneyland, I could get into the park. I took Megan to the park all the time on my days off because I could get in for free. But I would never go up on Magic Mountain. Never. But they had like a train one that was a lot of fun. But that's one that somebody got killed on and they took it down while I was working there. I got to work one day and half the park was closed and all that stuff. And they sent me home because somebody had gotten killed on the ride. Whitewater rafting would be fun. Yep, I won't go on anything high. When my older girls came down to visit, and I took them to Disneyland, and they talked me into getting on Splash Mountain, which is this ride you get on it, and they got cute little stuffed animals waving at you, and you're going through tunnels, and then you drop off over the waterfall, and it's like, what? Why have all these cute animals and then terrorize you? You know. Oh, Rocky Mountain oysters are good. I used to have them like all the time. Not all the time, but every year I would help the neighbors with their branding and she'd give me a big jar of Rocky Mountain oysters. They're good. I loved the one where you smashed the tank, Kevin. That was an awesome video. Yeah, Splash Mountain, like say you go through all these tunnels with all these cute little animals waving at you, and it's like, oh, this isn't so bad, and then you drop off the waterfall. I haven't had any problem with it today. It might be your internet. You plan on smashing something else, but you don't know what. What are you up to now, Carson? I'm at 666. uh, yeah, the ADA tanks are nice. I can't afford them though. They're too expensive. Smashing that like button. There you go. Oh, okay, guys. It's like I've been on for 3 hours and 35 seconds. So I'm going to go. So everybody have a great night, and thanks for coming in. And I will see you next week. Good night, everybody.